Tonight's Talk at 10. Governor Andrew Cuomo has a new idea for the war against drugs. This afternoon, Cuomo announced he wants to lower the penalty for public possession of marijuana. Possession of less than 25 grams of marijuana is a violation. If it is burning or in public view, it gets bumped up to a misdemeanor. Now, the governor's proposal would keep public possession at a violation. In other words, if you're caught with it, but you're not smoking it, then it'll be a violation instead of a misdemeanor. That's how, basically, that's the summary of that. Now, Michael Benny joins us tonight on the Talk at 10, as he does every night. And this is an issue that we're talking about across New York State, but kind of focuses, or the origins come out of New York City, where they have a big problem with some 50,000 arrests, mostly of young people and mostly people of color.
And mostly people who've never been arrested for anything else ever. That's also important to point out.
Yeah, that's a good point, too, that they've been chatting about this stop and frisk measure in the New York City Police Department and how it's helping fight crime in some respects, but leading to this accumulation of charges that don't rise to a very high level, and they want to now officially keep it at a lower level. And it's got people talking. I mean, it once again engages the whole debate about where does marijuana fit into this culture that we have.
Yeah, and I think what we've found from the governor, I mean, he at least thinks there's enough support that marijuana has sort of fallen into this realm of not a very serious, not a very offensive drug when it comes to illegal drugs. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, well, in terms of the law, that seems to be true. That is exactly what he is encouraging, and what at least seems to have a chance to pass through the legislature, although the Senate there could be some hang-ups there. Let's start out by listening to what the governor had to say about this today.
The effect of a criminal conviction on a young person can alter the trajectory of your entire life. There's no going back. This is a primarily New York City problem, 94% of the arrests. Primarily a young person problem, about 60%, and primarily, overwhelmingly, a problem for the black and brown community, 94% of the convictions.
And that's where this will help the governor ultimately. And why I think it's likely to pass politically. Yes. It's a huge political win for him in New York City. Those politicians downstate will certainly support it if they are elected because black and Latino voters turn out to vote for them. They will vote for this.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. And there's nowhere in that those remarks from the governor is he saying that marijuana should be legalized, or that we're going to go that direction, or we're going to be the next California even, and opening the rules in terms of medicinal use of marijuana. Although, inevitably, as we see on our Facebook page, people, as soon as they hear something about the law of marijuana, they say, well, of course, it should be legalized, it should be taxed, it should be part of the economy. In fact, we talked to a couple people just randomly on the street today, and one guy, I don't know if he's actually an economist, but he did think it would help the economy. Let's listen in.
I think it's better off to reduce it because, of course, everybody who does that or anything else, they do it either recreational or some of them use it as a medical help.
I think it's smart only because it's another step towards legalizing it and might help this economy, or just a little bit anyways.
No, I don't think it's a step towards legalizing it.
No, I don't think that's
and trust me, the minute we legalize marijuana, if that were to happen, and then we put New York State in charge of taxing it, that's a guarantee that it won't help the economy. So let's be careful what you wish for if you're on that side of the fence when it comes to legalizing marijuana. I was struck, I didn't know what 25 grams of weed was. I guess as I was reading this today, I was under the impression this was sort of like if you've got a joint or two in your pocket.
It's a little more than that.
It's a lot more than that. It's actually
not just one little baggie. That'd be 25 little baggies.
This is like half a sandwich Ziploc bag full of weed, and for a recreational user, I'm told that would get you through like about a month. So And that nowhere in this conversation is that presented today. I mean, I had to do my own research on that. You know, you can't find that no matter how you Google search this, or certainly from hearing from the governor or even the police commissioner from New York City, who was up in Albany today to stand with the governor as this was sort of rolled out. That's sort of left out of that, and I was a little bit shocked by that. I thought it was a much smaller amount, but it's not.
Maybe that'll be a point of negotiation as they resolve this too.
Well, it's funny. Already one senator tonight is quoted by the Times Union in Albany saying, "I think that number's a little high." So of course they put that right in the headline of the story. It's a little high. I thought I got a chuckle out of that.
They're rich with comical metaphor and hyperbole with all these things, that's for sure. Michael, thanks for joining us tonight and providing that insight, by the way.
That's what I'm here for.
Exactly how much 25 grams a pot is, how long it'll last a recreational user. Not too late to join the conversation. You can leave your feedback on our CNYCentral.com website, also our Facebook fan page, too.